Maithili has, that's fine. But apart from that, if any of you do not have any connection issues, then I think it's good for you to be on video. I think people will join in. I believe, Alekia, I think we shall begin now. Let people join in as they are. Is that okay?
Yes, Omkar, you can start. Let them join slowly.
Okay, so it's 11:08. So let's begin today's session. Uh, just to gauge a little bit of an excitement that comes with a lot of these sessions that I try to do. Today it deals with communication, so a very important topic. I want you all to do something for me. Okay, let's begin by a very important aspect of communication, which is appreciation. It's very easy to appreciate someone. Let's see if we can do that today. Let's try to take an example. Now, just looking at all of you, just very random, okay? This is a very random exercise, and I think you all don't have to think too much before doing it. Who looks the most well-dressed person today? Any idea? If you all can adjust your camera slightly, we'll be able to see how well-dressed you are. Okay, I can see some. Normally, I feel like normally just a very not a random thought, but like a very well-known thought for me. Ladies are normally well-dressed, so I think it's no surprise as such. Who's the best-dressed person today? Who would like to tell me? Sweetie, you look interested in that question, so I'd like an answer from you. According to you, of course.
I believe all of us are well dressed.
That's a very diplomatic answer. I don't want diplomatic answers. Communication should be very clear. Okay, no diplomatic stuff, at least here, as far as this question is concerned. Tell me one person's name who you think is very well dressed today. Looks nice, looks smart.
Sapna. I think Sapna is very well dressed and she looks
Okay.
glowing.
Okay, nice.
Thank you.
So finally, one good answer. Okay, and straightforward answer. Geeta, yes, I think you have raised your hand. Geeta disappeared, is it? Okay, I cannot see her speaking. So I presume that she's trying to speak, but I'm not able to.
Am I audible?
Yes, Geeta, you are audible.
Looks like there is some network issue here.
No problem, but I can hear you.
Okay. Sweetie and Sharada.
Okay. Any particular reason for it?
I mean, with their camera positioning and everything, with the dress I'm able to see, I feel them they are being
They are the
best dressed.
best dressed. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Fantastic.
Thank you, Geeta.
There is
Welcome.
another reason why, looking at someone and judging them is important. I'll tell you how it helps with your communication. Whenever you're looking at someone, right? For example, most of the times people judge you by how you look, isn't it? I'm not just talking about your clothes. I'm talking about something that happens here. Okay, this part. What you have on your face and what you show in terms of your gestures. Now, if I'm sitting in front of you right now, I'm carrying a certain body language, energy. Does everyone agree with that? Energy, body language. Who knows these terms? You have heard of
Yeah.
them before.
Yeah, I have heard.
Some hands are going up, right? Everyone knows body language. Everyone knows how it makes a difference in your life. I'll tell you how this will make a lot of difference when you actually restart your careers. A lot of times, people will judge you not just by how you're looking, but how you come across as a person, which is very, very important for us to know today. When I say communication, communication is one part of what I'm going to teach you, but a very important aspect of communication is also body language, is how you are being seen by me or by everyone else. Now, as I'm saying this, I see everyone's faces on my screen. Whoever's video is on right now. Is everyone serious for a reason today? Is there a reason to be serious? There is no reason, no? Now Sweetie is smiling because there is no reason to be serious. I'm not teaching you like some sort of a science subject or chemistry, physics, anything which is confusing, just communication. Okay. So let's have one rule for today. The rule is, whenever, again, like I've said in the first session, whenever you like something, you tell me that. What will you use to tell me that? Gestures. Why are gestures important? Because gestures will tell me that whatever I'm saying is being appreciated. That is what I want. Appreciation goes a long way in communication. Please note that as the first tip for today. Appreciation. Just the mere fact that you're saying some nice things to people is a fantastic way to communicate. You all use WhatsApp, no? Everyone must be using WhatsApp. Everyone is on Instagram. Everyone is using WhatsApp. You see a lot of status messages on WhatsApp, right? People post a lot of things, images, videos, and stuff. Everything. How many of you actually comment on status messages? Tell me. How many of you? You will make sure that you will post a comment on someone's status. One hand went up. Anyone else who does that regularly, by the way? I don't see many hands going up. No, no other hands are going up. One more hand has gone up. 2, 3. Okay. 3 people at best. To the ones who did not lift their hands to that, I want to ask why you are not doing that. Any reason why? You don't comment on anyone's status messages. Why? Sweetie?
I don't see much of the status for WhatsApp at least.
Okay.
And for Facebook and things also, if somebody's birthday is there, only then I'll comment. Otherwise, I just don't comment.
Okay. So if someone has posted something, right? Some good pictures, nice pictures, whatever it is. Usually, I'll tell you why this helps you. For me, commenting on a status message is actually a conversation starter. Most times for me. When I comment on someone's status messages, I can start a conversation with that person. This one small thing no one uses. And it is open for everyone to use. Because we dread having a conversation with people. We don't know what to talk. We don't know what to ask. And I don't know why it is like that. Because every conversation leads to something very useful in your life. Every conversation, if you're very careful about it, if you actually think that, commenting on, let's say for me, commenting on Sweetie's status message will help me have a good conversation with her. It actually gives me a good opportunity to talk to her for 10 minutes. Maybe something can come up in those 10 minutes. It's not about who benefits. Whether she benefits or I benefit, it doesn't matter at the end. The idea of communication should be starting a conversation first. To all of you right now, I'll do a very small exercise before I start telling you how this is going to help you. And I'll do this very quickly. Okay, so let's pay attention. I'll pick some random names now. And I just want you all to give me a short introduction about yourself. Very short. Generic short introduction. Okay, I'm going to pick some random names. I'll pick them as I see them or as I see you on my screen. Nitya, I can see you on my screen at this point. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, sir.
You are
Good
able to
morning,
hear
sir.
me?
Yes, sir.
Great, fantastic.
Uh,
I need a quick introduction about yourself. Everyone, please listen me. Yes.
Myself, Nitya.
Okay.
I have 2 daughters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 2014 passed out.
Okay.
At present, I am working as a freelancer, front-end developer in SSE software solution.
Okay.
That's it about myself, sir.
Anything else?
Nothing, sir.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Then I'll come back to you, Nitya, to tell you how this can be better.
Okay,
Okay.
sure, sir.
Let's
Okay, sir.
put our focus on that.
Okay.
Vibha, I can see you next.
Hi, this is Vibha, and basically, I am staying here in Bangalore since last 15 years. I
Okay.
am graduated. I am a 2009 pass out started working here as a software developer from 2010.
Okay.
Overall, I have more than 12 years of experience. I started as a mainframe developer and then moved into automation part, and then finally I am from the last company. I was the Scrum Master in project management. Since
Okay.
last 6 months, I am not working due to some family issues and all. So I'm
Okay.
just wanted to go ahead again in the IT domain. So
Okay.
just exploring all the phase and exploring all the things that can be suitable for me, so that I can get into the back into IT industry. Yeah, that's it about me.
Okay. Two introductions were done right now. One was Nitya, one was Vibha. To all the others who are listening to this very intently, I want to understand something from you. Okay. Swapna, I can see Pallavi, I can see Geeta, I can see Sweetie, I can see Ayushi. These are some of the people I can see on video as of now. They are giving their introductions. Okay. Is something again, will I see some expressions on your faces, please? Can you nod when someone is talking? This is basic communication, guys. Did you see me nodding when they were speaking? Yes or no? Was I doing this? Was I saying okay? Was I saying yes? The reason is because the best part of communication is actually listening intently. Otherwise, we are just going through the motions, isn't it? How will communication become interesting in your case? You're restarters, right? You're competing with a lot of people who are already in jobs or who probably have worked for the last 10 years straight without a break. You're competing with these women outside, not just women, maybe men also. How will you stand out in all of these aspects? Communication is such a key. It's a life skill. A lot of you will have to do more to stay communicative with people. The women who gave the introductions, Vibha and Nitya, you both gave introductions. Good introductions, fair enough. I understand. You could have added something really interesting in the introductions. Isn't that very easy to do? Maybe something you do in your life, which is probably just your hobby, but you do it very well, right? Something which you would want the other person to know. Correct? Please start doing this. It's not about an introduction, it's about how interesting you sound. You have to sound interesting. This is a life skill. It is not a skill which you can ignore, especially these days when people are becoming very smart with how they work outside. Very, very smart, right? I see these women who are like, I mean, younger lot of women, I could say, in their early 20s right now who are working outside. Maybe some of them are freelancing, some of them are doing jobs. They are absolutely smart. When they talk, they are very interesting to talk to. They have so much to talk about, right? You have so much to talk about, all of you. You have, with collective experience that you have, isn't that a lot that you can talk about? See how you can make it interesting. It is not about an introduction, it's how the introduction is told. Okay? There are 2 or 3 aspects to it which I will talk about today, whether it is to do with confidence or whether it is to do with assertiveness, which I think is very important for all of you today. But I think let's take this as a first pointer. If you cannot communicate well as a person, it is very tough these days to crack interviews. Extremely tough. They will judge your personalities first. Please understand that. No one is only hiring you based on your skills. I've said this before, I'm saying it again. Why did I talk so much about personal branding? Why did I say you have to do a lot of these things? Because if I cannot have any interesting conversation with you, why will I hire you to do a job? Okay, does that make sense? Again, nod. Say yes, it makes sense. Give me a thumbs up. Yes, it makes sense. Communication, guys, let's start doing that. I'm very serious about these things. I get very serious when people do not communicate well. The reason is I'm not interested. I cannot talk to someone who cannot communicate well. When you enter a room, okay, any room, even if it's an interview room, for example, you bring energy with you. You bring some energy, you bring some aura, you bring some positive aspect along with you. I've seen some people with whom, if you have one conversation, you will remember it for the rest of the week. You will say, you know, beautiful conversation with this person. I really remember it. The reason is because they brought so much energy with themselves. That is what I want all of you to do now. This is a very, very important aspect of your life. If communication is sorted, you will all, of course, again, interviews and everything else kept aside, you will live a very different life if you communicate well with people. It's not about making friends. It's not about having a big social circle. Communication is about basics. Being clear, being very upfront with your communication, being very, very straightforward with it, and also being confident. These are some aspects which will help your communication a lot. I'll put you through some situations today, and I would want your responses on it. I'm just getting started. But the first tip that I've given you right now is what I will expect from all of you. Always respond to everything. If there is a question being asked, respond. If there is something being told to you, say yes. Say okay. Say understood. Nod along. Say yeah, understood. Great. All of these things are going to help you become a good communicator. If you are not one so far, which I'm sure a lot of us learn over time, but if you are not one of those people, then this is going to help you. Okay, I'll share my screen. I want to discuss something very important. Let's see how where and all you fit in the communication circle. I'll just share my screen very quickly. Just let me know once this is visible to all of you.
Yeah, it's visible.
Visible? Correct. Fantastic. Okay. The idea of good communication depends on a lot of factors. Let me begin with the first thing that I want to show you, which is the image on the right-hand side, which all of you can see. Aggressive, passive, assertive, passive-aggressive. There are 4 kinds of categories that we divide ourselves in. Everyone has seen an aggressive person in their life. Everyone has. You will somewhere see an aggressive person. I don't know what problems they have in life, but they are aggressive for no reason. Like these days, you see more of that. Maybe frustration in life can happen, right? So aggressiveness in communication is a strict no-no for no matter what it is. If you are or if you have been an aggressive person in the past, if you are not right now, great. But if aggression is a problem in any one of you, this is a time to start working on it. Aggression does not help. Doesn't help anyone. Most of it doesn't help you first. That also doesn't mean you have to become passive. Passiveness also doesn't help you. So if you say okay to everything, then you are in trouble in life. You cannot say okay to everything. That is where you have to be assertive. The third part or the third point is the most important point here. If you are communicative, become an assertive communicator. What is an assertive communicator? A person who has the ability to say yes when required, say no when required. As it is, straight on the face. Not being rude, okay? Absolutely not being rude, but being very straightforward about communication. And assertiveness is something a lot of people do not have in their life. They cannot say yes when it is required. They cannot say no when it is required. They cannot be clear about what they want. Now, with all this in place, I'm just confused as a person. Now, if there is confusion, I'm not going to hire you to work for me. I like people who are clear. I like people who are confidently clear about what they want. Then it's going to help me. Does everyone agree? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Great. Fantastic. Who is assertive here? Tell me. You have read what assertiveness is, no? Who fits into that category of being assertive?
I'm sometimes assertive and sometimes passive.
Oh, you are two extremes, is it? You're assertive or you're passive trait. There's no in
Uh,
between.
so it's like I have the problem that I keep saying yes for everything, but then sometimes I'm also strong in saying no, whichever is important
Okay.
in my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Fantastic. I think there's one thing you all should know. Okay. I think women a lot I know because I talk to a lot of women. I know it's a very difficult thing to do, which is being assertive, right? Men are assertive and aggressive just like that because that's just comes naturally to men. I know it might not come naturally to women, but I know one thing that the assertive women who are there, they get a lot of things done for themselves. Like they will get things done in life. If they're assertive, they know what to say when, isn't it? Makes a lot of difference in life. If you cannot do something, you have to say you cannot do something. There is no in between. Like you cannot be in between something, no gray areas. It's only black and white. So let us have a habit of being assertive. What is being assertive in terms of communication? You have to be balanced, but you have to be clear about what you want, what you can do, what you cannot do. What you want, what you do not want. Someone says tomorrow in an interview that, okay, you know what, I'll hire you. I think you're a good candidate. So someone says to Geeta or to Swapna or to Sweetie or to anyone, okay, I'll hire you. I have absolutely nothing wrong with you as a candidate. Only thing is, I'll probably give you night shift to start with because that's the only thing that I can give you right now. Now you have a problem. You want the job, but you cannot do night shift. But you still want the job, right? How are you going to convince that person to not do that while being assertive? Quickly, let me get a couple of responses on this. Who wants to tell me what you will do?
I will join the job if they are offering me a daytime shift or day
You will
shift
take night
or
shift
general
also,
shift.
no problem, is it?
No, I cannot take night shift. I can only take day shift.
Then what will you do? That's what I'm asking. Now he has told you this is what I have. Like I'm giving you a job, but
Mhm.
night shift you have to start with. Maybe 6 months down the line, I will see. I will change it later. Tell
If
me
we
what
can
you
give,
want to do.
yeah, if we can give me in return saying that maybe for first 2 months I'll take night shift, and from the third month, if he's ready to give me day shift, that too in writing, then I would take the job.
Fine. Okay. Imagine that's me. I am the person. Okay.
Okay.
Let's do this right now. I am the person. I
Mhm.
want to see how you people convince now. I am the
Okay.
person. I have told you this.
Okay.
Now you tell me, convince me in a way where I am still offering you the job, and
Mhm.
I'll also give this to you in writing.
Okay. Okay.
Tell me.
Okay, so first of all, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity, sir,
Okay.
for having me in the interview, and also ready to offering me a job. I'd be
Okay.
very much happy to join. The only thing is that I would want it in writing, saying that maybe for the first 2 months I'm ready to take, as you're saying, the night shift. But
Okay.
once I can stabilize with my work and everything, once you know how I can perform and things like that, once I show you my performance, then you can give me the day shift where I can accomplish all my tasks during the day itself. So all I want
Okay.
is just in the writing, sir.
So my problem is that I cannot give you in writing. What I've committed to you is based on what I have felt. So if the night shift is a continuous job, right? For you, I am saying I'll probably do it for next 4 months. And
Okay.
then, on my own risk, I could probably change it to a day shift. So I cannot inform someone else that,
Mm-hmm.
this is what we have to give in writing to this candidate and then it can change, right?
Okay. Okay.
So that is something unfortunately I cannot do.
Okay. So maybe I'll need 2 days time to think about it, and I'll get back to you, sir.
Okay, gone. This is gone now. Okay,
No, maybe I'll
gone.
discuss with my family.
No, it's gone. I don't have that much time. Okay.
Okay.
Geeta, no one has that much time. It's gone. Okay.
Okay.
See, this is where it is making a difference. Do this, ladies. Try it on me. I have given you an opportunity. Let's see. I want to get some other responses. Who wants to convince me about it?
Maybe we can try to find some middle ground for the problem, and I like we can respond them by saying that I'm glad you considered me for this opportunity. Although I'm not able to join for the night shift, I can cope up by either joining early or maybe uh, working a little bit late so that I can manage my household. uh, I can make that work life balance thing. So that would be maybe
So
beneficial.
first of all, Ayushi, I am the person who is doing that, right? So
Okay.
you can't tell them. You have to tell me. Point number
All
one.
right. All right. Okay. Okay.
There's no point telling them. I am the person who is
Yes.
sitting in
Yes.
front of you.
Yes.
So you tell me. Come on. You convince me. You
So
have proof
thank
to
you
me.
so much, Omkar, for considering me for this
Okay.
opportunity. I'm very
Yes.
glad
Mhm.
that you find me relevant for this job. The thing is that I would love to join the organization as soon as possible. But the thing is, night shift would be a little difficult for me. So if
Okay.
we can handle things likewise on the middle ground, it would
Mhm.
be great. As I can maybe join in early, or I can work till late, whatever is required, or whatever howsoever work allows, and that way we can find a solution for this problem. If you I am really okay, like if I'm if I'm already, if you think I'm capable for doing this.
You know why I laughed? Okay, I'll tell you why I laughed, Ayushi. Okay, you shouldn't feel bad about me laughing. There is a reason why I did that, and I did that on purpose. You will find a
Okay.
lot of these people doing that to you. Okay, you're saying something, they laugh in the middle. They'll smile at you for no reason, or they try to test your confidence. As I
Okay.
am saying that, for some reason, all the others have gone off video. I don't know why. So, ladies, if this is very interesting for you, and I thank the ones who are there on video because they are showing enough interest to do this exercise with me, and I think it will help you all. Ayushi, what you said is actually good, or maybe would have convinced me to take your request into consideration. There was just one thing which is wrong in all of this, right? See, I have told you from my side that the first 3 months or the first 2 months is what I want to see. Okay, let's assume I have said 3 months. First three
Okay.
months, I want to see how this makes a difference. Then I will put you to a normal shift. That's what I said, right? Now, what you cannot do at this point is you cannot look for an instant change. So I cannot go from this angle to this angle, right? That's
Right.
not possible for me to do. I cannot be that flexible. When you say you have to find a middle ground, what is a middle ground in this? Think a little harder on what is a middle ground. The middle ground is not telling me that I will start with this shift first, or I'll do some other adjustments of coming early, because that's not my requirement. My requirement is the night shift is the only one which is open right now. That's the problem I have. Now, what do I do for that? I cannot do this adjustment. Again, I cannot go this and this. That's not going to happen. What is the middle ground? Can someone tell me? And what is the best way to communicate the middle ground here? Again, testing all of you with your confidence and everything. Okay, yes, sweetie, your hand has gone up. You're on mute, I think.
Yes, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Omkar. I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity,
Great.
and I would be very glad to work.
Okay.
Yeah, but night shift being a bit problem for me. Can
Yeah.
we try doing work from home? Then I'll be comfortable joining this position immediately.
Okay. So if I give you work from home, effectively you will be okay with night shift, is it?
Yeah,
Okay, fine. So this is something I can consider. Okay, I can think about it. The idea of giving an alternative is an alternative which is workable for me as much as it is workable for you. That is point number one.
correct.
Okay. There is another thing you all can negotiate here. That is the duration of the night shift. What if then he says that the office is compulsory, I cannot do anything? Now there is a bigger problem. So the idea is negotiate the duration, right? So you're saying 2 months, fine, fair enough. You know what I will do? Let me join. Okay, I will join this job. You still cannot give me work from home. I understand that also. Why not we try this at least because you want to start and I want to start with 1 month. I will do this for 1 month. Okay. I will manage things on my own, but 1 month I will start with it. But please make sure that beyond 1 month, it will really help if I'm put to a different shift because I have a lot of things to manage at home. Right? Give him something or give her something which is going to be a benefit for her. Okay? You have to make a head start by communicating something which is a win-win situation. We call it as a win-win for both. Eventually, your salary negotiations, your role negotiations, your shift timings, a lot of these things will be determined based on how you communicate with these people. No one is going to give you a long rope. Everyone is there to negotiate only. But it depends on how you negotiate, right? Are you giving me something to negotiate? If you say, no, I am not okay with this because you know what, I have a lot of things to do at home. So maybe the night shift is not going to work for me. You give me some other shift, or maybe, can we try something else? Or maybe some other role is there, you can suggest that to me. All this is not going to work. The idea is there is one role. He has put you to that role. He wants you to do something, one thing, which is there. You have to do some adjustments for it. Do it for a month. Take commitment from him that, I'll do it for a month, but I'll be very happy if you can just switch me to another shift after a month. Then I'll figure something out to make sure that I can work in multiple shifts. Shouldn't affect how you work, shouldn't affect how I work. This is a win-win. Okay. If you are not able to offer a win-win, no one is going to go one step ahead. This depends on what again? The way you communicate, the way you talk, which I call as the art of persuasion. The art of persuasion, pursuing someone to do something for you. If you have not ever done this, or if you haven't at all negotiated on anything like this, in the future, you will have to. Swapna, you have raised your hand.
Yeah, Omkar, I have one doubt here.
Yes,
If I will tell you, suppose interviewer that I will test for 1 month for this night shift and all, whatever condition,
right,
suppose in here night shift is there.
correct.
So is it the good sign that for 1 month, 2 months, because if you have not told me that, okay, it will continue for 6 months or 2 months, whatever is there. So
Right.
is it feasible to tell some interviewer that, okay, I will continue for 2 months, then I will see whether it is feasible for me or not? Means I feel that is little bit not professional because for 2 months, why they will take you? Anyway, so many candidates are there.
They
So
will,
is it
that's,
no, or is it
yes.
for this suggestion? I'm little bit confused. To give time duration from my end, that 2 months. Okay, I will try. Otherwise, if it will fit, I'll shift to any next shift. So why they
I
will
am not
consider?
giving you that provision. Okay. For
Sup-
starters,
Hmm,
I have not said that. What I'm saying is, see, I have said it is 6 months, no? Correct? Now,
okay.
your problem is you cannot do 6 months.
Hmm.
Now, there are only two
Yes.
things for you to do. One is you can say no, ki boss, okay, I cannot take this because 6 months I cannot do, which is a very straightforward thing, right? You cannot do what you cannot do. You have no other reason to say yes to it.
No, that will be fine if that will not work for me. Some condition that will not work for me.
Correct?
At this time, I will only clearly said no. This will not work for me because
Correct?
see, this is my constraint. I can't go beyond that. So
Yes.
if you set my position or some timing, then only I can join. So clearly, we can
Correct.
say, is this a good way to communicate straightly? Means yes or no? Not
It is
yeah.
it is always better to communicate in a very straightforward manner what you can and you cannot do.
Okay.
To set the expectation straight.
Yes.
Because if you say yes with a half-hearted mind, or even if you say no with a half-hearted mind, you are either ways in loss. Okay?
Yes. Yes.
That is why I said you have to be assertive. The reason why I said that in the beginning is You either have to say yes or no, like black and white. I said no gray areas anywhere. Especially here, you cannot have any gray areas. You can negotiate with a person because negotiation is always open by everybody. If someone says a salary also, right, you do not accept it immediately. What you will say, okay, can I get, I mean, can we come to this, this figure? It will help me. Then he will say, no, I can only give this much. From the HR side, they've said, no, beyond that, I cannot do. So you will negotiate for 15, 20 minutes, you will come to some figure, you will agree to that. The idea is the room for negotiation is always open. You don't have to say yes or a no, because if the yes or a no applies when you are very clear in your mind. If you think you cannot do night shifts at all, you have to say no, right? Then the 1 month versus 6 months thing is not going to work for you. It will only work if you actually need that job and you say, okay, you know what? I need this job right now. So let me negotiate with him on a situation where he wins and I also win. So he says, you know what, 6 months. I am saying not 6 months. I'll probably do it for 2 months, 3 months, and we will figure something out later. Then it is going to make sense to him and to you. But you have to be clear, Swapna. There are no half measures in terms of communication. There shouldn't be. You're either here or you are there. Very straightforward as it is. And a lot of this comes down to a very simple point, which is confidence. A lot of people struggle with confidence first because they cannot speak confidently, right? I'll tell you what happens when normally when it comes to confidence, you are defeated in your mind first, isn't it? You first say in your mind that, okay, this is not going to work. So where the moment someone says that, night shift for 2 months or 6 months, the first thing in your mind is no, night shift is not going to be. So you're already defeated now. Now you cannot negotiate, right? That's the power of confidence. Confidence tells you this 6 months of night shift, I can get it down to 1 month. I will do it and I'll shift to a day shift, finished. I still keep my job, right? If you cannot do adjustments and be adaptable, the second keyword here is adaptable. Very important in communication. You have to be adaptable while speaking to people as well. Shift. Okay, if this is not working out, this will work out. If it's a win-win, everyone gets the benefit of it. But if you cannot speak, you can't negotiate with people, how will you make this a win-win for anyone? And for that, there is one thing which is required, as a lot of confidence has to be there when you speak. There are a lot of things which are dependent on your confidence. Who here is a very confident person? Raise of hand. Confident person. As per you, huh? Not as per anyone else. As per me, I'm a confident person. I'll raise my hand because I'm a confident person. As per me, okay? One hand has gone up. Sweetie, other hand has gone up. Okay. Geeta, another hand has gone up. Why slowly hands are going up? I don't know. Is confidence a slow thing? Like you will ask yourself, am I confident? Yes. Okay, hands going up. Not like that, no. You are confident, Simple. Usha is giving me a thumbs up. Usha, does that mean you are confident? Then I would like to know that. Monica has given me a hand. Okay. Usha has also said she's confident. Okay, fair enough. Now comes the good part. Okay. The good part is people who have raised their hands. Now I want to ask them how they are confident. Okay. Now this will be fun. People who are smiling now. Okay. So sweetie, yes. How is it that you are a confident person? Please tell me.
I think I know my abilities and I am able to communicate them clearly. So it makes me a confident person.
Okay. I'll test this. Okay. Let me see if this actually comes out. Geeta, what about you? You are also a confident person.
Yeah. So maybe when we know things very clearly, when we understand things very clearly, then we are confident about it.
Okay. Still doesn't answer how you are confident. I want to know how you are a confident person.
So basically, I would say like, I'm a confident person, and being bold in a way that I can express my thoughts. If you
Okay.
say something and I don't agree with it, then I would say no.
Okay. Anything else apart from this, which will tell me you are a confident person?
I would give weightage to the knowledge part, because if I know something, I'm confident in expressing my views. If I
Okay.
don't know some areas or some subject, then I don't speak anything.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Let me come back to this a little.
Okay.
Let me see if I can test it out. Usha, can you hear me? Your hand is also raised. So
Yes, sir. Yeah.
tell me how are you a confident person?
Um, I'm very clear about what I know, and I can
Okay.
express it clearly. I can express it outside, like I can tell people that I know it very clearly. So, in that way, I feel that I'm confident.
Okay. There is one common factor, right? Everyone is saying, or the people who have raised their hands are saying that I'm confident because I can express a lot of things clearly, which is good. Now, what I want to understand is, I was putting you all in a situation some time back about speaking to someone, negotiating with someone with clarity, right? There, I did not see this confidence a lot. To the people who have said that they are confident, okay, there is a contradiction in this. The contradiction is this one thing feeling confident, it's another saying it is, saying it in a confident way to someone else. Two different things. You can be very confident as a person. How it is determined where you are actually confident is when you start negotiating with someone on something. That's what determines your confidence. If that you're not able to do, then you're not confident as a person. You think you're confident as a person. Again, there is a difference. Contradiction is what I'm saying. Just understand one thing, that if confidence is a factor which is going to determine whether you get something or you don't, then it is based on two things. One is how you actually talk to someone with a lot of assertiveness, which was the first point I made, and by actually making sure that there is a situation created where no one loses anything. If I'm assertive enough, I'll make sure that I win, but I'll also make sure you're not losing. So if you're negotiating something in terms of salaries, or negotiating about, a job time or a night shift or anything like that, it is not going to be determined by whether you're, super confident about yourself. It's going to be determined by how you talk to me at that point. Are you able to negotiate enough with me to make sure that I win and you win? Both of these things go together. Only then it is going to help. And to all the others whose hands did not go up when I asked if they are confident people, you have a problem. Okay? All of you. You will need to work a lot on your confidence. Confidence cannot be taught. Again, I'll be very frank as much as I can. No one can teach you to be confident. I can tell you a few things, but I cannot teach you to be confident. Confidence comes from within. You have to make sure that your mindset is confident first. You go to an interview or you meet someone for the first time, you're trying to meet someone for a job or whatever it is. The first thought that should come to your mind is, you know what? I'll go there today. I'll speak to this person, no matter how big he or she is. I will crack this interview. I will get this job. That's it. I'll probably have 1 hour to do it, but I'll do it well. That is confidence. If the first thought is, I don't know what I will do, let me see, I will go and try. If it happens, it happens. Otherwise, I'll try somewhere else. That's not confidence. If you fail confidently also, you have won something. Let us understand that. But if you fail completely with no confidence, then you lose even more.
So can you
Understand
just,
where confidence comes from. Yes, Geeta.
yeah, sorry to interrupt. Can you
No
just
problem.
repeat that situation again, sir?
Which one?
About confidence, you were saying that there are some, you're going for an interview where you don't know.
Yes.
Can you
Yes.
repeat that again?
So what I was saying is, let's say you're going for an interview tomorrow, right? Now, the first thing that comes to your mind, because you know there is an interview coming up, two ways of looking at it. One is, you know what, I'll probably have 1 hour to go and meet someone, convince them about my profile, my abilities, and take this job. No matter what, I will get it. If that's the mindset, you will be super confident in the interview. If the mindset is the opposite, where you say, you know what, I will try. Okay, Omkar is saying it's a good offer. Let me go and see. Let me try. If it happens, it happens. Otherwise, I'll try somewhere else. If that's the attitude, your confidence is half. Then you
Okay, so
cannot
it is
actually
about
go ahead and
mindset.
it's all
Having the
about your
right
mindset.
mindset, giving you the
Yes,
confidence. Okay.
absolutely. There is something I've given you in the slide itself, which is there on your screen right now. Inner confidence mindset shift, which means believing you belong. Believing you belong. If I say I do not belong here, you're gone, right? Then no one can help you. Again, it's a very personal thing. But if you cannot be confident before you actually do something, how will you end up doing that? You're constantly losing because of that. That is something you have to keep in mind, right? Usha, you have a question?
Yes, sir. So
Go
I
on.
have, assuming for that interview part, you're saying like
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to negotiate in the sense if it is a purely night shift job. It is my preference to not work in night shifts.
Okay.
So that how does it impact like, my confidence in the sense I don't want a night shift job. I'm very clear in my thought,
Okay.
and I don't want to take it up even for a month because
Right.
even one day I'm not able to do it. I cannot give false promise to the hiring manager, right? So,
Okay. Okay. No
so in
problem.
that case, you say that only negotiation. I mean, when I'm confident, I'll negotiate. I'm saying that I'm confident, but I don't want to negotiate on this because anyway, the hiring manager is not going to accept any of my demands, right? So,
Right. Okay.
so I
Okay.
have another place to go, or I feel confident that I would get a good one. So in
Correct.
that case, um, I don't need to negotiate, right? So
No, you don't have to negotiate. If you don't want to do it, right? It's a strict no-no, okay? A complete no-no from your side, like you said right now. Don't negotiate. It's fine. It's absolutely okay, right? But it shouldn't affect your confidence. The reason it shouldn't affect your confidence is because you already know that for something like this, for one parameter in the job, you do not wish to say yes at all. So if it's already pre-decided, why should you, even negotiate with anyone? Just say, no, I'm not okay with it. Fine. What you can attempt to do, which still I feel you should attempt, is to ask whether there is any possibility that, you know what, so I'm not okay with a night shift because of, XYZ reasons, whatever it is. If there is anything else that can be offered, if there is an opening which you feel is there in any of your teams where I can work in a regular shift, I'm still interested. Okay. At least show the interest and come out, even if that person is okay to say yes or a no,
okay,
because it will give you a lot of confidence to move to something else and still continue looking for jobs.
okay. Thank you for answering that. So that's what I wanted to say
Yes.
because,
Yes.
in the sense, anything else like any other time that would completely suit me is what I was about to say. In for
But
that,
then, yeah, absolutely. But then for that to happen, right, I still feel you should be in a position you will only be in a position to negotiate if you have impressed the person enough for him or her to negotiate with you on anything, whether it is a night shift part or something else. If you have impressed them, then they'll say, you know what, I think Usha, you're a good candidate. I feel I can fit you somewhere in the organization. Let's talk. Let's see. Or he might say, okay, give me a week's time to figure something out. I'll try to figure something out and maybe something can be worked out. Still, it's positive for you. Always leave a room for something to happen. That is what most people do not do. They feel either they are this end or that end. There is nothing in the middle.
So what you say is I have to express my viewpoint on the whatever that the statement that the manager has told, right? I have to express my viewpoint as
Yeah,
such.
yeah,
Whether
yeah,
it
of course. Of course. That's the first thing I told all of you. You have to become more assertive about expressing what you feel, how you feel it, but in a way where it doesn't end up sounding rude to someone. It's okay to say something. Like we have a lot of ways to say things, but we can say it nicely. Diplomats do that well. Who here know? I know I give these examples in a lot of my sessions. Who knows about diplomats? Who knows their job? Diplomats who work in the governments. Anyone who knows what diplomats do?
Like
diplomats are
external foreign
negotiating.
affairs.
Sorry. Okay, I'll take response from Geeta first. Yes, Geeta, go on.
Yeah, so like external foreign ministers or no ambassadors, they are diplomats. They will
What do
have to handle.
diplomats do?
They are
They
negotiators.
like you yeah, like you said, it they will bring any problem to a situation where it will be win-win for both the countries. That is their main job.
Absolutely. Yes. Diplomats, okay, there is a very good joke which goes around. It's actually true, not a bad joke actually. Diplomats are people who tell you to go to hell in such a way that you look forward to the trip. Okay, understood? Only Sweetie understood that because she is laughing. I think all the others did not understand that. Okay, so I can call someone an idiot in such a way that she'll or he'll feel, oh my God, I'm such a good person, not knowing that I called her an idiot or him for that matter, right? That is a diplomat. So my point of telling you this is say it in a nice way. Okay, you don't want to do something, fair enough. You don't want to negotiate on something, fair enough. But you want to leave the room, no? You want to leave the room open. Never close something. Leave something open. The best part of communicating well is leaving a few chances open in life. You don't close things. You all have friends, no? Right? Again, to give this very closer to life examples, you all have friends, I'm very sure. Then you have one best friend. Everyone has a best friend. You all fight with that best friend someday. You would have had bad fight, bad fight. Whether it is on phone, personally, on WhatsApp, doesn't matter. Bad fight. Does that mean you don't talk to that person again? Does that happen? Very rarely it can happen. I don't know. But most of the times it does not happen. Because you will find something going back and again resuming that conversation. And you'll say, you know what, it's okay. I was not in a good mood that day. Forget about it. Let's go for a movie. Let's catch a movie. We'll be back to normal again. Why do we do that again? Because we are leaving room for something to continue. So the idea of good communication also is you leave room for something to happen later. So if you do not want to negotiate the night shift, please do not. But if you leave room with that person, you stay connected with that person, he will remember you, right? Most of the time, we do not stay connected to people. Now, I will see this later. All of you who are here, I will see how connected you are with me after the sessions are over. Because if you have done that, then I have taught you well or you have understood communication. Otherwise, you have not understood anything that I have taught. Because there's no point in doing that. The more you are connected with people, understand this very well today. The more you are connected with people, the more chances you have of getting things done in your life. As simple as that. If you are, committed enough to be in touch with someone, that person will make time for you. So if tomorrow you are continuously connected with me, right? you need some quick help. You message me on LinkedIn or you message me on my number saying, Omkar, I need this help from you. What I will say, okay, Geeta, you need this help, right? Okay, fine. Let's do one thing. Saturday, I'll have some time, or Sunday, I'll have some time. Let's connect. Let's try to do something. I'll try to help you as much as I can. Why? Because Geeta is connected to me. Now, Usha doesn't talk to me at all, right? No connection for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. Suddenly she comes and says, I need some time. Then I'll say, Arey, but why should I give time now? I do not have time for this. I will think. If I have time, like spare time, I might give you. Otherwise, I have no reason to do that. Why? Because you're not connected. We undermine what communication can do for people. If you're constantly in touch with people, it always opens up windows for you, not just in terms of getting jobs, but in terms of anything else that you need in life. That is how strong communication is. Or that is what you have to make sure that you know about communication. Otherwise, there is no point of learning communication at all. And for all of this, because I was talking so much about confidence, I have put something out on your screen. Please make sure that you read through this as I speak. I have said this before, confidence is a very personal thing, but at the same time, there are a few things you can do very well to become confident, to sound confident, to look confident. Okay? Lot of things you can do. The first thing, which I think, apart from what I've given on screen, of course, I believe that how you actually look makes a lot of difference in life. A lot of people might agree or might not agree. It took me a long time to learn it as well, by the way. Okay? Long time for me to learn it. But the moment I got to know, it made a lot of difference in my life. Because I believe that's what people see you. They first see you from how you look here, then they will see here. That is the problem. It's actually a problem, but that's how things are in this world. So if I see, if I look at Geeta, I feel okay, you know what, Geeta is fine, but doesn't look that confident to me for some reason. Then I'm not going to make time to meet Geeta at all because I don't see Geeta as a very interesting person. I don't know how she is. I don't know how she comes across. This is an opinion I'm forming. Okay. All of you should pay attention to this. This is an opinion I'm forming about you. And everyone is doing that outside. Imagine a very well dressed person coming into a room, right? And this happens a lot, right? Go to any events, or I have attended a lot of events. So because I'm an observant person, I take a lot of fun in observing people. So whenever I'm at an event, sitting on a table with a lot of people around me, suddenly a girl walks in to the room. Everyone is looking at that girl. If she is well dressed, by the way, everyone is looking at her. What is the reason for that? Impressive. You get into a room, you impress someone, makes a lot of difference in your life. I don't have to tell this to women, by the way, because women know how to dress. I'm again saying that. Men do not know how to dress. That is a different thing. That's why I said I took a long time to know it. And then I started to know how it affects your confidence. Dressing well affects your confidence. Dressing well affects how you communicate. Half of your job is done, no? If you are very smart looking, if you come across as a very smart person, half of your job is done. Start focusing on that, please. Ladies, it affects a lot. It determines whether you will be successful in life or whether you will not be successful. As much as we like it or not, that is how things are in the world. You cannot ignore it. Second thing is how you talk. That's why the confidence thing, I have put it across on the screen. It is very important how you talk. For some people talk, for some reason, I don't know why, their voice is very low when they talk. So I have to like put my ear and say, okay, can you please repeat that? Can you repeat what you said? The reason is because I cannot hear you. Two other important things in life, always focus on them. When you talk, talk confidently. Work on your pitch. Here, this part. Work on your pitch. Loud, loudest, normal, and low. 4 keys. Loud, louder, right? Or loud and loudest, normal and low. Where do you have to be? Normal. You can be slightly louder at times if someone cannot hear you, maybe slightly louder, but not more than that. Don't be low on your pitch. Low pitch means low confidence. That is what I will think about you. So, why is she saying like that? I'm not able to hear what she's saying. Why is she speaking so slowly? So if you think or if you experience this at all, ladies, please make sure that you pay attention. If you at all experience this, where people are constantly telling you to speak up, that means your pitch is low and it doesn't help you. Normal pitch is a confident pitch for a person. Helps a lot. And how is confidence determined? By what people hear and by what people see. This is confidence here. Right now I'm talking to all of you, right? I'm using a lot of my eyes. I'm using a lot of my hands. Do I sound confident to you? Is my pitch okay? Yes or no?
Yes.
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 Okay. Why is it like that? Because if I do not sound confidence in, let's say there is no confidence in my own voice, I cannot give you confidence. That is the problem. One thing which I always keep telling people, the reason why I always tell people be on video, be visible, the reason why I emphasize so much on it is because if I do not see you, if I do not see the expressions on your face, I cannot determine what are you thinking at this point. And everyone is judging that. Forget about me. All of you are getting judged on that. So whatever you do, whatever you're showing me right now is all getting judged. So don't be ultra serious when you look, like right now we are having a good conversation. Don't look serious in a conversation. Look normal. There is a neutral face that everyone has. Okay. Neutral face is good. Serious face is bad. Having a good smile is good. See, now, as I say that, some people are smiling. Okay. So the reason is I don't have to tell you to smile, isn't it? You should smile on your own, not laugh. Okay. Smile. So if you say, hey, then it is not good. Just smile. Normal smile is good. Why all these things are important? Because it gives me confidence, no, to talk to you. Like good energy. Whenever you meet someone, do a good handshake with them. It starts from that. Most of all the women that I have seen, it's a complaint that I have with a lot of women. Women do not shake hands well. They do not. They'll just hold your hand and with very low energy, they'll try to hold your hand. No. Do a good proper handshake, strong, hold someone's hand. Okay. That gives you confidence. That gives the other person the confidence that you know what, this is a confident person. See how things change when you do these small things in life. It's not about, it's not about even the dress that you wear, although it makes a difference, but it is not just about that. Someone can be very well dressed. Like I've seen women or men who are extremely well dressed. When they talk, okay, you lose all interest in them. Then you like, what is this? Like I thought something, now I'm getting something else. That also doesn't help. So it's not all about the dress. It is about the dress, but it is only 50%. Rest 50% is here, or it is here, how you speak. Get your pitch in order. Get your, get your face in order. Make sure that you have a lot of expressions on your face. Smile more often to people. It's a gesture. Small gestures will help. I don't know why gestures are not important anymore, but as I'm seeing more, and I'll maybe show you some, 1 or 2 slides about gestures as well. But it's a very important thing for all of you to know that gestures actually determine whether, someone would be interested to talk to you or not. It's a very simple thing that I have found. If you are doing enough gestures, then all of these things will make sense. Let me quickly share one slide with you, which will probably tell you more about what I'm saying. See if this is visible now. I think it will hit your screen at this point.
Yes, sir, visible. Key points to note.
These points is what I'm talking about. So I begin with the first one, which is the tone, which I think is very important, by the way. And I was just talking about it right now. Tone, pitch is the first thing. Second is physical appearance. I just told you how dressing well is going to help. Third is gestures. Gestures is this, using your hands. This is gestures. So saying okay is two ways. Saying okay is saying okay by my mouth, which is okay. There is another way to say okay. What is this? This. Nice. Good. Okay. Or there is another sign, this, which is a victory sign, right? You say, yeah, cool. All this is gestures. It helps. Postures helps a lot. What is a posture? Sitting straight. Sitting straight like this. Now, let me adjust my camera slightly. I'm sitting very straight as of this point. This is a good posture to have. I'm not bent, or I'm not sitting like this, or I'm not leaning, nothing like that. Very straightforward. Posture helps a lot. When you meet someone for the first time, and this is important for all of you, you know, people also judge how your posture is. People who are not confident, you can judge from the way they stand. Immediately you will be able to judge that, how they are standing. Facial expressions, next point for all of you. Very important. You have to make sure that you have good facial expressions. If I see the same expressions on all of your faces as I talk, okay, this is now again, as we go through the sessions, I hope this will change a lot. But if I see the same expression, what am I going to say? That all this is not making any difference. I think they all have same expressions. So either my screen is frozen or something is wrong, right? Video quality is degrading. Otherwise, I see some good things happening, like Geeta was smiling right now. So expression change is good. It is nice. If I'm not getting it, what is the point of teaching you all this? Tone, physical appearance, gesture, posture, facial expressions, touch, everything is important. What is touch? Shake hand, I just told you, right? Do a good shake hand with people, please, from now on. Strongly, okay? Your hand is a very strong mechanism you have. Use it well. Go to someone, give your hand, shake hand, nice to meet you. Twice, up and down, strongly, and then leave it. The other person is going to feel, okay, you know what? Very confident person. So he'll say, Geeta, very confident person. Vibha, very confident person. Usha, very confident person. Why? Because strongly she shook my hand, no? Everything is getting judged. Every single time, everything is getting judged. If you're not paying attention to these things today, your communication will struggle. I'm sorry to say, a lot of things are determined by, again, your jobs are also dependent on that. Please understand. If I do not find you interesting, there is no reason for me to hire you tomorrow. I have so many options. And I told you before, you're competing with people who are continuously working right now. For last 10 years, they have worked, 15 years, they have worked. Maybe even, age-wise, they could be younger than you. All these factors are there. So where will they win? They'll win because they are outside every day, no? They are meeting people, they are doing something to make sure that their confidence is up. If you're not doing that enough, you have to start doing it. It is not, again, this will maybe sound very basic right now. And I know it, in the long run, most of you might think, how will this make a difference? You make a few changes and you see the difference that it makes. It makes amazing difference in your life if some of these things are taken care. It's not about, communication is not only about talking. Communication is how you present yourself to the other person. Am I presenting myself enough in a good way? to you, then it will make a difference. If it's not happening, then there is something missing. Then I have to probably look back at it, go back to my own confidence and check whether I'm doing a few things right. You have to create some energy around you. Please remember, you create a good positive energy around you. If you're not confident, I will take that underconfidence in my favor. Okay. So if you had a very good interview, let's say you had a very good interview somewhere in the company, you did well. Technically, you have done very well. Now it has come down to negotiations. But during the interview, I figured out that Geeta is not a very confident person, or Sweetie is not that confident. So now I will be the hard negotiator. I'll tell Geeta, this is what I have. Okay. I will not go above this. You take it or leave it. That's it. Done. Now Geeta is in trouble because Geeta cannot negotiate now. Right? How it will go from here is what your confidence will determine, Geeta, and a lot of you. If it has to go in a right direction, I have to be that confident. There is one thing which you all can do to make sure that you become more confident as people. How many of you, apart from, of course, the Herky forum and a lot of other forums where you might be a part of, events and stuff, I don't know. When was the last event you all attended? I mean an offline event, not an online one. Offline event. Any sort of event.
I attended one last Friday
What was that event?
at a Hannibal. It was lead hers and tech. It was even for celebrating women in technology.
Okay. Okay.
It was
How many people
conducted
did you
by
meet?
Hannibal with Turkey. Yeah.
Okay.
There were a lot of people. Maybe I made connection with 2 or 3 people. I got to talk with some around 10 people, but then I made connection with 2 or 3 people on LinkedIn.
Okay. Why the okay? You said you met about 10 people, right? 10 or 12 people, is it?
Yeah.
How many people? 10 or 12 people?
10. 10.
You connected with 3 of them.
Right.
What happened to the rest?
So basically, it was like, they had a tight packed scheduled where many sessions were there and leadership had given talks. So most of our time went in that, and the rest of the time we could only connect with so many people.
That's fine. You still connected with 10 people, you said, right? You
Yeah, I
talked
got
to
to
10
talk to
people.
10 people. Talk to 10 people. Yeah.
And then you connected with 3 others on LinkedIn. Or you connected with
LinkedIn,
3
right.
people on LinkedIn. That's what you told me. Right?
LinkedIn. Right.
So what I'm asking is, what happened to the rest of them? Like, there were 7 other people you did not connect on LinkedIn. That's what I'm asking. Why? What was the reason for it?
So basically, by the time I could get their LinkedIn ID or their contact numbers, we it was like, as I said, it was even there were 200 plus people in that event, and
Right.
with the time that we could only connect or make sure to get contacts of only 3 people.
Okay.
The events happening parallelly, so we got split up basically.
Okay. So now next time when you do this, right? I believe there is a simpler way of doing it by all of you. When you go to a certain place and meet a lot of people, let's say you get to connect with 10 people out of it. So out of all the people who are there, at least 10 connections you were able to make. But you are not able to go and connect with them on LinkedIn for some XYZ reason. Okay. One thing to do is, whenever you actually meet someone for the first time, usually what we do, we say a hi and a hello, and then we do a simple introduction, and then we move on from there, right? So there is no constant effort to actually connect with that person. My way is slightly different. I'll tell you how it has helped me. I do the initial whatever introductions and highs and hellos and everything. Then the next best question I have for them is, are you on LinkedIn? And then they say yes. So can we connect right now? This is my profile. I have it constantly open on my phone. And I'll just say, this is my name. Okay. Can you just send out a request to me right now? It's always best to connect offline. And they do it immediately because no one has more time than that, right? They'll just have those 2 minutes to do it. And then I instantly connect with them. My idea of making a connection is when you meet 10 people, okay, which is fine, fair enough, but you stay in touch with those 10 people later on. If you meet 10 people and only 3 connections are made, then again, you're losing out on this because for me, I will never get to be in touch with them after this event unless I know them. Correct? So my idea of actually connecting with someone is doing it later. So just initially saying a hi or a hello, not wasting their time with anything else, but making sure that the connection has already happened. Or even if they are not ready to connect on LinkedIn immediately, everyone has WhatsApp open, no? There and then. So I can just say, you know what, I'll just pass on my number to you, or you can do that right now so that I really need to connect with you later. We are very short on time as of now, but let's connect after this and we can talk. The moment you say you're interested in someone and wish to connect with that person, the connection happens instantly. But you have to make sure that there is a road ahead to connect with someone. Otherwise, those connections will not make any difference to you. The reason why I asked you about events, or I was asking, how many of you have attended any kind of offline events in the past? The reason for that is because events give you an opportunity to interact with a lot of people at once. It's the best tester of your confidence, of your abilities to interact, and your communication. 3 things. But most of us do not do that. Most of us would have attended an event 6 months back, 1 year back, 2 years back. There is no connection. And if there is no connection, or if I cannot interact in an event and I cannot make connections, then I'm lacking in my communication somewhere. These events are a good chance to meet a lot of people. You all have to understand that. And this, relating this to communication, please make sure that in the future, if you get opportunities to attend events of any kind, someone calls you for an event, you know what? Just come over. There is a good event happening. We all connect. We talk over coffee. Go there. Go there without expecting anything. You should have just one aim. I'll connect to 10 people today, or I'll connect to at least 5. How do you know what if? I always say what if is a keyword. You go there, you meet someone who's, from a company who's a tech giant. Very nice person to connect with. Now, because you have met that person, you also open up the opportunity for a job, no? With that company. He has met you already. He knows you very well. Again, something we do not pay attention to at all in life. How these things cascade into you networking and getting a job. Because we will discuss networking in the future sessions also. But without communication, there is no networking. Again, problem. So if you have to do this in the future, the communication part is going to be critical for you. Said this before, I am saying it again. It is absolutely critical for you to do that. I'll share just one more slide with all of you because I want you to have a look at this very carefully. I cannot emphasize this enough. Most of my sessions, I tell people, understand the difference between positive and negative body language. Very important for all of you to know. Hand gestures, what do you display in terms of your body language? Are you polite? Are you pleasant? Are you warm? All of these things will determine how people look at you. Negative versus positive. Some people, when you talk to them, they cannot even look at you. Like their eye contact is not with you. Constantly switching, right? Doesn't help. Small little things will make a big difference in your communication. Understand that everything, communication is almost 70%, 60 to 70% body language. Rest 30% is what you speak. Even there is a division in that also. Out of that 30%, let's cut it down to 20% of what you say and 10% of how you say it. This is the entire spectrum of body language and communication put together. From the next session, because the next session is also about a lot of important aspects in communication, if I see all of you in the next session, again, most of you I hope I'll see on video, I want to see some changes from next session. I want to see some good facial expressions. I want to see some good gestures. I want to see some good things being said. Become more interactive, ask more questions, talk more. Okay, this is the only way in which I will determine whether your communication is improving. Otherwise, there is no other parameter for me to judge it. You know, there are a lot of assessments that people take. If you are interested in the next session, I will tell you about those assessments also. Some people actually take these assessments to know if they communicate well. Because these assessments will rank each and every aspect of your life. How are you in terms of your, physical appearance? How are you in terms of how you talk? They'll ask you some random questions, you have to answer them. Based on that, they tell you how you communicate. There is a score that comes out. If you're lower on that score, then you have a lot of work to do. And most of the people that I know who were weak in communication at some point took the assessment, all their scores were low. All of them. Why is it? Because never paid attention to it. No one tells you to work on communication. No one says you have to work on this. Everyone says work on this technical skill. This is good. Someone will say work on AI. AI is good. Chat GPT is good. They'll say work on this design. It is good. Fair enough. Who tells you to work on yourself? For starters, today I am telling you. Okay. Please start working on these things. If your communication is bad, you will end up losing a lot of opportunities because you could not make anything work for yourself. Understood? Great. I'm seeing some changes today, at least. Some nodding is happening. A few people are smiling. A few thumbs ups have come up, which is great, which tells me that all this is going well, right? I'll stop sharing my screen right now. I'll just open this up for any questions you might have right now. If you're thinking of something, please ask me. Otherwise, Alekia, I think you are there. We might end this session if there are no questions for anyone. Are there any questions at this point?
So
Based
there
on
are some
whatever I have said?
questions in the
Yes.
chat box.
Okay, let me see. I think I've missed the chat box here. Okay, is there a strategy to be assertive? Okay, let me try to tell you something. Introverts. Great. Again, I can share something with you. Okay, I'll try to answer the three as much as I can. Okay. Swapna, do you have a question? I think your hand went up. Go on.
Yeah, Omkar, actually, we know that what confidence people will do, right? They are more
Correct.
communicative, their gesture is good, everything we know. Still, we
Hmm.
know, then we are not confident. Why? What is the reason that is pulling us behind? Because I know what are the things because everyone knows that thing. Because if you see, as you told, some people say that their aura is very good. Means if they will enter the room, then good vibes. It will be good energy in the room. You will feel good. We know
Hmm.
everything.
Hmm. Correct.
Still, why we're lack in which section? Means why we're not doing? We are not that much confidence. If you
Okay.
know
Okay.
what are the reasons we
Hmm.
should follow,
What
then
are the reasons? Okay.
still why we're not.
I'll tell you what happens. Okay. Let me give you an example, which is again closer to something you will understand in a very quick way. Everyone knows that essentially pizzas and burgers are not good for you, isn't it? Right? Or maybe a lot of the chart that you end up eating, or a lot of the things that you end up eating are actually not good for you, health-wise, right? You still end up eating them, right? Correct?
Yes.
Why? Because it happens in the moment,
Mm.
correct?
Mm.
So my idea of confidence is, Swapna, if you are, you might know everything in terms of theory, which is
Yes.
great. We all know it. But practically, when it comes to confidence, it has to happen with one thing which I said earlier, which is a mindset shift, which you have to do when you tell your mind, boss, this is how it is going to be. We all have to tune our minds to do that. And it is possible to do it. If you start a day, sometimes it happens, no? If you start a day and say, you know what, this is going to be a good day. Let's say that's the first thought that comes to your mind. There could be any reason for it. You made breakfast, the breakfast came out very well that day. What is the first thought that comes to your mind? You know what? Today's breakfast is so good that today is going to be a great day. And after that, everything happens, and whatever happens is the best that day. Tell me if that has happened to you. It has happened to me. Because your mindset tells you that it is going to happen like that. And then things cascade as an effect of it.
Okay.
So that's why I said confidence is a very subjective thing, Swapna. Confidence, no one can teach you. I can tell you how to be confident, but if you cannot be confident in spite of all the reasons to be confident, then no one can help you. Right? So,
Okay.
first thing is tune your mind to be confident. Say, boss, you know what? This is what I have to do. My confidence will come from this. There are factors that you can do to become more confident. Usually, it also stems from the fact that you can talk to someone. I'll tell you what I do. If I have a very important meeting coming up, there are 2 or 3 friends that I have who are super confident people, business people, super confident in their life. I usually take their time and speak to them for 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. You know what they do? They give me so much energy. They say, Omkar, this happened. I cracked a deal. It is worth 5 crores. This XYZ thing has happened. Beautiful, business plans I have made. This gives me confidence. Now I know what I have to do, right? If you cannot get confidence yourself, take it from someone else. There is always a way to do that. So knowing everything is one thing. Applying it is something else, Swapna. The question is application.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
right?
Yeah. Thank you.
I hope I was able to answer
Yeah.
what you were asking me, and that is what you have to do from now on. Okay.
Yeah.
Now coming to some of the questions which people have asked me. Maithili has asked me, is there any strategy to be assertive? The strategy is very simple, Maithili. If you wish to be assertive, assertiveness is only one thing. Assertiveness is clarity. Nothing in between. I have said this, no gray areas in life. So if it's black, it's black. If it's white, it's white. So when you want to become assertive, you have to tell yourself first that, you know what, if I have to do something, if it's possible, I'm going to say yes. If it's not possible, I'm going to say no. Nothing in between. Again, linking it to the night shift thing that I spoke, and Usha was saying that, you know what, I cannot do night shift. It is not possible for me. Somehow I might not be able to do it at all. So what should I do? I said, say no. You don't want to take it up, say no. Then what is the room for negotiation? Don't negotiate anywhere. If it's a no, say no. If it's a yes, say yes. The perfect strategy to be assertive, Maithili, is think of yourself first. Me first, then everyone else. You will become assertive in life. What most of the times we do, we think of someone else, right? So how will I now, the moment the night shift thing came up, all the ladies thought, okay, how will I manage my family? What will I do? Perfect for all of you to think like that. I'm not saying it is wrong. Perfectly all right. But that also means if I don't put myself first, I cannot be assertive with anyone. Biggest thing of being assertive is putting yourself first. Say me first, then everyone else. You will become assertive in life. Okay? Maithili, understood?
Yes, Omkar.
Fantastic. Okay, that's what I wanted to hear. Next, suggestions for introverts. Surprise, surprise. Okay? Ladies, I was an introvert for the better part of my life, which you will not believe now. I have said this in all my sessions because I'm the perfect example for you to look at. I never used to talk to girls. Very few women I've spoken to in my school, even in my college days. I never had the strength to do that. Somehow, because I was a very introverted child, I never used to speak to anyone. What is happening right now? I'm speaking to all of you. So many women are listening to me. Isn't that a transformation? If it is, then the problem is, with not being an introvert. The problem is where you are an introvert and how you can change that. Being an introvert is not bad. It's actually good. But you should know when you have to convert to an extrovert. At an event, when you are in front of a lot of people, when you're public speaking, when you're giving an interview, be an extrovert. Don't be an introvert. If you're an introvert, you will lose out. The perfect strategy for an introvert to become an extrovert is, again, don't be by yourself. Meet a lot of other people. Meet extroverts to become an extrovert. Don't meet other introverts to do that. It doesn't help. If I meet a lot of guys who have not spoken to girls, I will never improve, right? I have to meet guys who speak to girls every day. Then I will improve. So the idea of telling you this is, if you're an introvert, meet an extrovert. They give you a different perspective in life. Then you will change. Take being extrovert as a challenge in life. You know what? I have to be an extrovert. At least in my interviews, I will never be quiet. I'll never be an introvert. So let me make an attempt to be an extrovert. So if you are in this situation where you are an introvert, Mohana, who has asked me this question, do not spend all your time with other introverts. Spend time with extroverts. Go to cafes, meet random people, speak to them, go to book clubs, whatever you like. I have a friend who, a lot of times, because again, that's his way of becoming an extrovert. A lot of times he goes to cafes, sits there, he works, he meets a lot of people, randomly goes and speaks to them. And he has made a lot of good connections out of that. That has given him so much confidence now that he's a different person. Random things, right? So Mohana, this is probably what you have to do. Okay. If you are an introvert, spend time with extroverts. That's the best way to get that done. For the last question, which is neurodivergent, if someone is like that, and how it affects their communication, how to handle it. Now, there is one aspect that we all have to develop, I feel, again, which is missing a lot of times, is a keyword known as empathy. Empathy is being in someone else's shoes, for starters. A lot of times we are not at least paying attention to empathy, or we don't have empathy at all with us. I told someone right now that put yourself first. That is true, but that does not mean that if you're putting yourself first, you completely ignore the others. Okay? So when you are dealing with someone like that, the first thing or the best thing you can do is first think of their perspective. Take it a little slowly. Think of what they might think, how they might react, and how you will adjust yourself based on their reactions. This will be easier for you to handle only with empathy. If you do not have that, it becomes very difficult to handle that. Compassion and empathy. These are two things we all have to develop. I'll probably speak a lot about it in the next session also, which also involves a lot of active listening. I don't want to discuss that right now because we are overshooting the time. But make sure that these are some things you develop to understand communication as a process, the whole process. Okay, right? So I hope I have answered all the questions which are there in the chat window. Unless someone has any other questions, I think this is it for today. Any other questions from all you guys? Or we'll close this session. I hope this was of some help to you. And I hope something you were able to learn. Alexia, if you are there, I guess we can end the session for today.
Yes, Shankar.
Okay, great, fantastic.
You have done for every step. Right.
So, thank you very much, all of you, for joining in. I think I hope that today's session has been as productive as all the others. Make sure that you're learning all the time. I think this is a continuous process. So the next session will also include a lot of other aspects of communication, which I'll try to teach you. Till then, at least begin to apply some of what I said today. Might just help. Okay. That's it, Alakya. I think I'm done for
Yes,
this.
yes, Shankar. Thank you.
Okay.
And your next session also on effective communication.
Yes. Yes.
You join for the
Absolutely.
continuation of the more steps you Omkar can cover, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, true. Very true.
Thank you. Thank you
Okay,
so much.
that's it. Thank you very much, ladies. Have a good weekend ahead. Bye bye. See you. Take care.
Bye, Omkar. We'll see you
Thank you so much, Omkar.
on 1st of April. Okay. Bye bye.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank